Hi there, I'm Miko.
And I'm April.
So are you curious about the new location of the Oasis Center here in Orcutt?
Are you wondering what Oasis stands for and what it offers?
Well, today we have a special guest, Michelle Southwick from the Oasis Center. Welcome.
Welcome, Michelle.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're excited.
Good.
Yeah. So what's your position at the Oasis Center?
I'm the executive director.
Okay.
Just super fun sometimes, super hard other times, but it works out. So
And how long have you worked there?
I've been there since I came on in July of 2020.
Okay.
So right
At
in
the
the middle of the
pandemic.
pandemic
Yep.
craziness.
Wow. So
And that probably affected the Oasis Center greatly. The people can't come and
Oh, absolutely.
yeah.
We were closed down for a lot of it, and then
Oh,
it was
yeah.
open, close, open, close.
Yep.
So yeah, and of course we're working with people that are high risk. So it's been a tough couple of years for sure.
So can you tell our listeners or viewers who can come to the Oasis Center?
We are open to everybody, of course, but our emphasis and our mission is to keep our community healthy and strong and independent.
Right.
So we gear our activities to 50 and up, but it's also a known fact statistically that it's a lot easier and cheaper to maintain your health, right, than to regain it. So the earlier
Yes.
you start, the
Yes.
better.
Yes.
So yeah.
So what kind of activities do you offer?
We have pretty much everything.
Okay.
5 days a week, Monday through Friday.
All right.
We have different kind of exercise classes. We have arthritis exercise, yoga, tai chi. Oh yeah, and it's so fun and really fun to be because our office is right there close, and we get to hear a lot of what's going
Yeah.
on and stuff. And so we have all those kind of exercise gear, but then we have artistic classes. We have a kiln and a ceramics group. We have
You have a band,
painting.
right? A group that's a band?
Well, yes, we have a ukulele symphony, I believe it is now.
Oh.
Orchestra, ukulele orchestra. They're going to get me. I'm not going to tell them not to watch this because I did that wrong. But yeah, so we have ukulele classes. But then we have a group that gets together and plays and has shows and concerts, and they've brought in other instruments too. That's why they're not just ukuleles anymore.
But then you also, because I have a friend that goes, and she said there's all kinds of trips.
Oh, yes.
Oh, wow.
So
We have stuff that we do that Oasis sponsors and does. So we have a hiking adventure group, and he goes, it's John Park, he's from Solvang, and he takes us on outings to wineries, and we'll hike around the great
my
vineyards.
goodness.
Isn't that nice?
Oh, it's so fun. La Purísima, like we've done everything in the area. But then we also have groups that will go and we'll hire a bus, and we went and did Hamilton at Pantages last summer.
That's what it was. That's what my friend did. Yep.
It was so fun. I don't know if you guys have seen that show, but it's
Yeah.
really
I wanna
fun.
see- Did you see it?
Up in the Bay?
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's
Yeah,
great.
it
It's
was
incredible.
amazing.
So we're scheduled to do Moulin Rouge later on this summer.
Yep,
to
that's what she
Milan.
said. Yep. I want to go.
Dodgers games.
Yeah.
So what's the fee to join?
Yeah, that's right.
How much?
It's not much. It's $25 a person per year and $40 for people in the same household. So really inexpensive. A lot of things that we offer, a lot of the exercises are free, or sometimes
Yes.
the instructors ask for like a donation of whatever you're comfortable with, whatever you can afford, which is great because it opens it up to anybody. You know,
Yes.
whatever your financial situation is, you can come to the Oasis and enjoy what we have to offer there.
Now
That
there,
is incredible.
so there were a couple things that I didn't know about either until a couple of years ago that you do. You have food donations.
Yes.
They have
So what do you mean? Oh, people donate food so that you can
distributed it to people.
We work
right?
with the Food Bank of
Food
Santa
bank,
Barbara County.
yeah.
Okay.
So twice a month we have food distributions. And with pandemic, they used to come up and they'd have to come inside and we would, put things in bags. But now it's all contactless drive-through. So we set it all up outside in front of the Oasis Center there on Soares by the school district offices. And people just drive through and we say, how many people do you have in your household? And we put bags in accordingly. Just show the car.
Wow.
And I was thinking
neat.
about a couple years ago, I went to a class and I was trying to remember what it was, but it was to do with dementia.
Oh, yeah.
And they have a dementia group that I used to attend those classes. It was mainly, couples that were struggling with it, but I got a lot of good information from the group, and then I think they have Al-Anon
We have
meetings.
Al-Anon,
Yeah, all
in
kinds
the
of-
evenings.
Mhm.
And I can't think of Narcotics Anonymous
Mhm.
comes in the evenings. We have different groups that will rent our facilities
I
out in the evening, so it's not necessarily Oasis that's putting that on,
It's okay.
but
Yeah.
we have the facility and we're able to rent it out at as low a rate as we can and still,
Yeah.
Right.
keep our organization going. But we do it to different soccer groups, to the Orcutt Mineral Society, like.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just all sorts of different line dancing group, a ballroom dancing.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
We even have a couple of churches that rent it out on Sundays so they can have their church services there.
Oh, that's fabulous.
We mentioned soccer. I remember going there every year when my daughter
Yep.
played rec, and that's
To-
where we
to
sign her up.
register?
Just sign
Yeah.
up. That's right.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be working. We do elections
Oh,
there
wow.
too.
Okay.
So it's a polling place for the elections.
Okay.
So
Oh.
coming up, you'll be able to come in. Some, depending on where you go, but yeah.
So what's your count on membership right now?
I checked a couple days ago, and I think we were at about 1,375,
Wow.
76.
That's a lot of people.
That's great.
Yeah.
And we're
that's-
gaining every single day. Literally every day we get new members. We were a little over 1,400 at the start of the pandemic. And then we just we didn't ask for any membership fees for a good year.
Okay.
And then a lot of people are just starting to feel comfortable coming back.
Yeah.
So we're getting a lot of people that used to be members coming back and renewing. And then we just started our lunch program up again. I don't know if you've heard about our exciting lunch program.
My aunt and uncle used to do that.
Well, we've been able to do it. It was another nonprofit that would come in 5 days a week and bring lunch. And they lost their funding, I think, for their program. So we don't have another nonprofit to do it. So we went out and tried to find grants. So we got the Santa Barbara Foundation.
Okay.
Shout out to them. They're amazing. Gave us a grant just for a nominal amount that's got us going. So what we're doing is we're getting restaurants to bring in lunch twice a week.
Oh my gosh.
And we're getting them to bring it in at the lowest price point they can.
Mhm.
And we're charging our members $5 a member and $10 for a non-member. And then we just offset any of that with the grant money from the Santa Barbara Foundation. So we have Taco Tuesdays, and that is by far the most popular. Old Town Mexican Cafe brings in
my
tacos
gosh,
and
that's
enchiladas.
so great.
Yeah.
So good. With rice and beans and chips and
Oh,
salsa
Nice.
for $5.
Yeah.
that's
You can't
just
beat that.
amazing.
Yeah.
So nice.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
then other
just
groups too.
it's such a positive for the community and I think a lot of people don't know very much of it. I mean, this
That's
is, hopefully we can help with that message
you.
because
Yeah.
that's great. And then with this new location,
Yeah.
you're going to be able to expand a little bit more and have more membership and
Absolutely.
When do you
It-
break
huge
ground?
difference. We're hoping by end of year.
Oh, okay.
You know how these things go. It takes forever to go through all the process of getting the
Right.
permits for this and the permits for that. But we're hoping by end of year, start of next year, we'll be able to break ground. And they're saying about 18 to 24 months from start to finish before we can move in.
So how big is the new facility?
It is about 1,300 square feet is the main building.
Okay.
And that has a large main hall that'll do all these exercise classes we've been talking about. 5 other classrooms of different sizes that will have capabilities for card games, for classroom settings. We'll have computers set up. We already have a couple of classes that come to us from Allen Hancock College. So we foresee being able to utilize us even more because
Okay.
we'll have a higher
Nice.
capability there. A larger library space. So we have a nice little library there that is no check-in, no check-out. They just take the books. If you bring them back, great. If you want to use them and share them with your friends, great. And that is one thing that has been able to stay open through the whole pandemic. We haven't had to
Oh,
close
good.
it down.
Yeah,
So the whole community has been welcome throughout the pandemic to come and get books, CDs, movies, whatever. And then we'll have an outdoor building that will have an Elks size barbecue pit.
Oh, wow.
And then a whole separate outdoor craft area that will have our kilns in it and all of like our messier outdoor
outdoor.
creative art. So our ceramics and pottery and probably some of our painting and things
Okay.
like that. So the capabilities the opportunities that we'll have to serve the whole community are going to drastically increase. It's going to be really
That's
fun.
so exciting.
So I was reading somewhere like special events and fundraisers. You're like can have like 20 of those a year. Is that
I think we're limited to 12. So
12?
one a month.
Okay, 12.
And they want us to keep it down to like being done by 9 or 9:30. So there will not be any, raging concerts out on the lawn that go
darn.
till midnight. Our seniors kind of frown on that. They're like, oh, it's dark. It's time to go home.
Yeah.
But we'll be able to do other nonprofits. We'll be able to use our facilities. We'll be able to have it for weddings, have
Okay.
large lawn, got kind of 2 separate lawn areas, one larger one and one kind of smaller
Right.
meditation area, and walking trails that will be open to the public,
Wow.
a biking trail that will be open to the public. And we also will have a public restroom that will be open during our hours. For
That is
public use.
awesome. That's so
I'm
excited.
excited. I know.
Don't you want to go to Moulin
I want
Rouge?
to, yeah, and I want to go.
Come
I want to
on.
do the Tai
Tai
Chi,
Chi, yep.
yeah, and
Yes.
the yoga. I mean,
Yes.
my goodness. And
It's pretty
for
fun.
it would be what $25 if it was just me, or
Yep.
if it's my husband and I, it would be $40.
Yep.
Yep.
That's
That is a
amazing.
bargain.
Pretty
I
reasonable,
love
right?
it.
Yeah.
That's great. Wow.
Do you have any other information that you could share with our viewers?
I think just that we're really excited to be able to continue being open
Absolutely.
and being an asset to Orcutt. You
Yes,
know,
it's really exciting.
yeah, it's been pretty neat for me to come back. I grew up here and then moved away and raised my family in Oregon, and I've been in Texas and stuff. And so to come back to the Central Coast and be involved with this nonprofit that really is an asset to the
Really
place
nice.
that I grew up and loved growing
Yeah.
up has been pretty fun and exciting.
I remember years ago, and my son was very young, and my mom used to volunteer to serve meals there.
Oh, I
So we
love
used to go
that.
in there at Thanksgiving and serve food, or different, times of the year, and we would be the food servers.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
And we do use a lot. We reach out to the high schools on all of our different events. So we get a lot of kids
That's awesome.
that come out and help us out. And we get some ones that come to everything. We know their names now. They know us and stuff. It's pretty neat.
Well,
That's a
can
good
you,
thing to know
I know.
for my daughter to
Yeah.
do community, service.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the present location is,
Present location is there at 420 Soares.
Okay.
So it's right across from Orcutt Jr. High School.
okay,
And then our new facility will be at the corner of Fox and Wood Lane and Clark Avenue,
okay.
down there in the gully. Yeah.
And if someone would like to call you,
Well, go for it.
what's
Give
your
me a
number?
call.
What number can they reach you
The
at?
office number is 805-937-9750.
Great.
All right.
Thank you so much for being here and
Yeah.
giving us great
Lovely.
information.
Yes.
You have 2
Michelle,
new members.
You know what?
Maybe
Yeah, you
3.
Yeah.
You can count on us.
Oh,
this
yeah.
is great. We're
Don't
so
you want to
excited.
volunteer too?
I do.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, love to have
be
you.
in-
Yeah.
Call me. You got my number.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very
All right.
much for being here. And if you need any more information, I can be reached at 805-714-8124.
And my number is 805-878-5056. Thank you so much for watching.
See you soon.
All right.